But we're going to talk at the beginning of the show about... What was that?
Nothing.
What are you doing? We're going to talk about last night's game with Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
After 45 minutes,
Yep.
You can imagine how happy I was, right? At 2-2, and I'm thinking, if they can get one more.
At one moment did I ever think...
Oh, you did.
No, I didn't.
At half-time.
I didn't know.
Excuse the pun, but it really was. Well, not really a pun, but the cliche. It really was a game of two halves.
Absolutely. It wasn't a game of two halves.
They were awful in second half, Villarreal.
There was no way Liverpool were going to be that bad for 90 minutes. For starters, they've got too much quality throughout their squad, whether it be starting 11, the ones coming off the bench now. Even at 2-0, they were fortunate to go 2-0, but fair play to Villarreal. They came out the blocks very, very sharp. It almost looked like they allowed Trent to have more space than usual. That's where they were going to sacrifice maybe their shape a little bit. But to be fair, they had overloads. I mean, I thought for the 2 goals that they scored were very, very good. But as I said, not at one stage did I ever feel, even though Liverpool weren't great, kept giving the ball away first half, there was nowhere on this planet, I thought to myself, Liverpool are not going to have a period in the game where they can't score. And look what happens, bang, 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 game over.
The greatest player on the planet, in your words, not mine, Mohamed Salah,
One of now.
Did he?
At one stage,
he's not anymore?
No, at one stage
he's not anymore, okay.
Let
me just make a note of that, not anymore.
At one stage, he was the best.
But he's not now?
Now he's one of the best.
Is he the best?
There's an argument, some people say yeah.
In your mind?
I'm not quite sure where I put him.
How did he play last night?
With Bruno.
He played all right, he scored. How did he play last night?
Yeah, I mean, again, it weren't his greatest game.
Oh, again, you've used the word again, not me.
Yeah, he's just going for a bit of a wobbly patch. I mean, I think the last time he scored a goal, 2 goals was against. I can't remember who it was against. Your lot. So it was one of them where second half you could see he was desperate to score. But I guess for Liverpool, that has got to be a positive because a lot of the times it was Mo Salah. Now, if he's not having that much of an impact in certain games, you've got Diaz coming off the bench. Mane's back to his absolute best. Jota can put a performance in. So, honestly, the squad, when people talk about Manchester City, they usually used to give Manchester City the edge because of the size of their squad. When you start comparing the 2 squads now, mate, it's either or. I couldn't sit here and say, Manchester City have got a better squad than Liverpool. And I couldn't sit here and say Liverpool got a better squad. I think now they're both kind of identical.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. What do this current Liverpool side need to do? A lot of people are saying they're the greatest side we've ever seen.
No, they've got to get to at least the treble.
They've got to get to say that again. They've got to win at least the treble.
Well, Manchester United have won the treble.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's madness to call this Liverpool side the greatest until they've won stuff.
Exactly. You can't all of a sudden go, well, if they do it, if they win all 4 trophies this season, I think they go down as the greatest team we've ever seen in this country. You can't say really ever because I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what year it was, Barcelona won 6 in 1 year, which is incredible. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but if they were to do that, then
2011 that was.
Yeah, ridiculous. But for Liverpool, we can't keep sitting now today and go, yeah, they're one of the great. They on paper it looks incredible, but if they were to finish worst case scenario with just the League Cup, how can you then say they're the best team ever? If they win the double, you then go best team ever. But if they were to win the treble, then you go, ooh, 4. Wow, then.
Okay, so they need to win at least 3 trophies
to be considered the best team ever.
Okay, would FA Cup, League Cup, and Champions League be enough?
What's the treble, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not the treble, but it's a treble.
Would
that be enough for you to go, they are the great?
No, but they're in the conversation.
They need to win the title, yeah?
Yeah, that's got to be part of it.
They need to win the title. For you...
I think they've got to have the title and the Champions League in there.
Okay, those 2.
Yeah, because they're the 2 big ones, aren't they?
Those 2, I agree with you, because United have done it with the treble. So if Liverpool are going to be considered a great side, they need to win the Premier League, the Champions League, and 1 more.
Yeah.
And they've won the League Cup. Okay.
That's what I'd say.
We are talking about Liverpool on the back of last night's victory. They are, of course, in the Champions League final. Let's not forget that. Who do you think they've got an easy chance to beat?
Real Madrid. I've always thought that Manchester City, I said it at the start of the season that I thought Manchester City would win the league and the Champions League.
Oh, did you?
And I'm not wavering from that.
Okay. 03717223344. Charles is a Liverpool fan. Hello, Charles.
Hey, how are you doing? You all right?
I'm great. How are you?
Optimistic.
Oh, right, okay. What about this phone call?
Optimistic about Liverpool's chances of winning everything there is to win for them.
Okay, why? Because you're superstitious, or you just think it's such a big ask that it's nearly impossible?
I think it's definitely a big task, but going back to your question, if they do win it, they would eclipse the 1976-77 Liverpool side that were actually going for the treble. They lost the FA Cup final, otherwise they would have been the first English team to have won the treble. They won the Champions League and they won the league. But this Liverpool side, while they're not I wouldn't say they're the best side I've seen, the 1987-88 side, is the best team I've seen, period, in English football.
That was Dalglish, right? Player manager?
That was the Dalglish 87, John Barnes, Peter Beardsley.
Yeah.
The only team I've seen that played that kind of football was Barcelona, and it's just a tragedy they weren't able to compete in Europe because the English clubs were banned. I truly believe they would have beaten that AC Milan 87, 89, 90 side.
Mm.
So
let me ask you this. You've named two great Liverpool sides, right? So what does this current Liverpool side have to do to be top of your list?
Liverpool side, if they win everything there is to win, then you can't argue with them. They would be the greatest Liverpool side ever. But in terms of best football I've seen, they won't be the best football in Liverpool side I've seen, but they will be the greatest Liverpool side. In fact, they'll be the greatest English football team ever if they were to do that.
Okay, I want to agree with you, but of course, legally I can't.
There have to be four trophies.
You can't argue
no one's
with that.
ever done that, so of course.
Owen, thanks for your call, Charles. Owen's up next. Hello, Owen.
Hello, lads.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Owen, I don't know if you've seen, but the Diego Maradona Hand of God shirt has just been sold for just over £7 million. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I was.
What's
that pop up
what's
earlier.
the most expensive shirt you've ever bought?
Oh God, it was a match-worn shirt from Mo Salah back in the 18-19 season, and that was
how much?
Signed. That was about £960 something on eBay. Not too much.
Was it signed by him?
Yeah, it was signed and match-worn. Yeah.
Match-worn shirt and just worn in a normal Premier League game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Where is it now?
Yeah, that's in the bedroom in a frame,
all right,
along with the others.
You know what you've got to be careful about? I won't go into this story in great detail. I've told it before, but when I was much younger, I went to America with some pals and ended up buying a Bruce Willis T-shirt that was in a frame because I was a big Bruce Willis fan, and got so drunk that night I woke up and looked down at the end of the bed. There was a broken frame and I had it on. so don't do that with your shirt.
I've got to say, I've been tempted.
Don't do it. So you phone up your Liverpool fan, and we're asking the question: what this Liverpool side need to do before everyone says they are the greatest? What do you think?
Well, obviously, looking at it, and like everybody else knows, there's got to be a few more trophies added to the cabinet this season. I'd say that another two more would put us up there. As one of the greatest in the English leagues ever, but to say in the world, I think, if we win everything this season, then, it's got to be up there, if not ahead of the Barca season when they took on the 6 trophies.
Do you know what, Owen? I think there's no argument that this is a great Liverpool side. When you look at what they've done in a short space of time, the players they've got, this is a very, very, very good Liverpool team. But I think to be considered one of the best, I think you need to get to 3 trophies in one season, and I'm talking about not the FA Cup, League Cup, and one other. I'm talking Champions League, Premier League, and then maybe you add one other. Would you agree?
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. But obviously, as well, thinking about it, once you hopefully we can go on to win the Champions League, and I'm quite optimistic. More optimistic if Madrid get through tonight than City, I must say.
Owen, if you only end the season with the League Cup and the FA Cup, is it failure from where you are now?
In the position we are now, it's not a failure, but it looked a bit better. There'd be a lot of heartbroken fans, I think.
Will you be gutted with just the FA Cup and the League Cup?
Yeah, totally. Because obviously the league now it's we can just win our games and that's it. Every game I've been hoping that a team can pull it out the bag against City, but they look unstoppable. And like I say, it puts us up there as one of the greatest, because if that City team weren't there either, then I think, there would be no question about it.
Yeah, you'd be dominating.
But obviously in the recent seasons, you look back to, I think it was the 2010-11 season, and seasons before that, the league was won with 80 points. We finished second with 96.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay, so, thanks for your call, pal. Have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. You know what's mad is, Liverpool could win every single game left and still not win the quadruple.
No, what's also crazy as well is the way that people kind of overlooking Manchester City. Manchester City, by the way, are one of the best teams out there as well.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? So it's almost like a lot of people are kind of discarding City as if to say it's a foregone conclusion. Liverpool will do this. Manchester City are just as good as Liverpool, if not better, because they're currently beating them in the Premier League table.